Hey everybody, it's Michael from Wahoo Comics here with another haul and speculation video. And as usual, I've got some books I'm looking forward to showing you today. But first, I need your help. I need your advice. I need to know what you would do. Because the books I'm going to show you today are very different than the ones that I thought I would be showing you. And that's because a few weeks ago, I reached a verbal agreement with someone online to buy their collection. And they were supposed to ship it to me by the end of the month, and I was going to send payment once they figured out the shipping costs. And then it was supposed to arrive this week so that I could then show it on this video. And I was super excited about getting this collection. It's the first one I will have ever have bought. And my dream, like a lot of comic collectors, is to buy collections and then sell off the issues that I don't need or have multiples of, and then keep the keys that are in the collection that I don't have. And there's one book in that collection especially that's on my top list to get this year. And so it's a small collection of 107 books, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to show it to you one day. But so far, I'm not going to be able to do that. That's because to this point, the seller hasn't gotten back in touch with me. So I'm going to read through some of the text between us, and I want to get your input. So this all started out with the book that I wanted. He had listed that for sale online back a few months ago. And I'll tell this story more if I ever get the collection. And we talked about it, and we couldn't reach an agreement on a price. But I kept thinking about it, and a few months later, I reached out and said, "Hey man, if you still got that book, I'm interested in it." And he replied back and said, "Hey man, I'm really tired of carrying around all these dang comics that he has." He said, "Would you buy the whole collection?" And so I responded and said, "Yeah, I would consider buying the whole collection." And of course, there are actually a couple other books we had talked about. I said, of course, depending on the price, any chance you'd be free sometime for a phone call or a video chat, perhaps we can negotiate more easily that way and come to a deal. If that doesn't work for you, I can send you my thoughts and an offer through email. Just let me know what you think and hope we can reach a deal. And then I didn't hear anything back from him. And so about 4 or 5 days later, I texted him again and said, "Hey man, just wanted to follow up on buying your collection. I'm definitely interested. Do you have an idea of what you'd be looking to get?" And then he responded this time. He says, "I have no idea what they're really worth, but I know they're not worth me lugging around anymore. We're having to make a move to Florida. Make me an offer I can't refuse." And so I replied back, it's kind of some special circumstances that was leading to their move that he told me about. He said, "Oh, I'm sorry you're having to make this move." And as you know, my last offer was $400 for the 5 books. I'm mostly willing to buy the whole thing to get those books, and then I'll sell off the rest. But the other issues I'm going to have to bulk out, but there are a couple of other nice ones that allow me probably to get around $100 from those. Of course, that's going to take time, but I'm willing to give that time to get the 5 I'm looking for. And so my offer is going to be $500, which is my original $400 offer, plus this other $100 that I could recoup by selling these other books. Would that work for you? I can send payment promptly if so. He basically screw it. Better than carrying them around any longer. $500 plus cover the shipping. He said, "I was thinking 6, but I don't feel like haggling anymore." So I replied, "500 plus shipping sounds great. I really appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to adding these books to my collection. Do you want me to send payment via PayPal? So just let me know what email I should use, and how much would you estimate I should add for shipping? Thanks again." He replied, "PayPal is fine. I'll get shipping costs when I take to UPS. We'll send a receipt." So I'll wait a couple of days, hoping he goes to UPS and he can let me know the shipping costs. I don't hear from him, so I say, "Sounds great. Did you want me to send the $500 now, or just wait until you have total costs?" I wanted to pay as quickly as I could, because I know once the payment's put through that it's more official, and I know until that payment happens, obviously it's just a verbal agreement. There's no real contract that has happened. So I gave him my shipping address, and then I asked him a couple of questions about how he's thinking of packing them, because of course we want them to get here the same way they left, in the same condition. And so we went back and forth in that, and so then we figured that out. And then a couple of days after that, I said, hey man, do you want me to go ahead and send you the 500 and then later add the shipping costs once you know them? Or if you want me to pay you just once after you had the full total, I just want to make sure you're not waiting on me to send payment, smiley face emoji, thanks. He says, I'm packing up to head to Florida. We're trying to get out by the 1st and still need to get ready for that. I'll be shipping from Atlanta by the end of the month. Pay in full when we figure shipping. It's all good. And so I reply, okay, sounds great. Thanks for letting me know, and hope all the setup and packing, all that goes smoothly. And so that was on the 22nd. And so what was left was like, okay, by the end of the month, I'm going to ship these out. I'll let you know the total, and then you pay me. So I'm happy. He says all is good, all this kind of stuff. And the Monday gets here, the 31st, and I haven't heard anything from him. So I text him that evening and say, hey man, hope everything's been going well, getting ready for the move. I just wanted to check in since we're at the end of the month to see if there's an update with shipping. I'm sure you've been busy, so I totally understand if there'll still be a couple of days, but I wanted to keep communication going. Smiley face emoji, thanks. And I haven't heard back from him since then. So, of course, that has me a little anxious because, again, I really want to buy this collection. Not only because of this, especially one book that I really want, but because I just want to be able to say, oh, wow, I finally bought a collection. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while, and obviously to get a really good price on it. And so I haven't heard from him since Monday. By the time you're watching this, it's going to be Saturday. I'm recording the day before Friday. And I'm trying to figure out, well, when do I follow him up again, assuming I don't hear from him in the next couple of hours. I'm torn because, of course, I don't want to be too aggressive and just be on his case. First of all, I just don't want to be a jerk, and bothersome, knowing that he's moving. So I'm trying to be patient with that. And obviously, in terms of just business-wise, you don't want to alienate him. Where he's like, well, screw it, you're on my case, the sale's done, I'm not, I'll just give these comics to Goodwill or something like that. But on the other side, I don't want to be too passive and let too much time pass, and then he just thinks, oh, well, I'll just take these to the local comic book store and sell them there, or wait till somebody else finds out that he's selling the collection and make him maybe a higher offer, or at least one that's more convenient to him. And I don't want him to forget about it. So I don't want to be passive either. So I'm curious how long you would wait to try to touch base with him again. So for me, originally I was planning to touch base about 3 days later. It's past that point now because my wife suggested waiting until the weekend. Usually, but then I talked to a friend today, and he's like, I would have, texted him the next day, and so now I'm like freaking out. Oh man, have I blown this deal? And I'm trying to do the best I can. Again, I also want to be a good buyer. Like I said, I don't want to be on his case, but I also don't want to lose out on this deal. So how much time would you allow to pass before you contacted him again is my first question. The second question, would you just text again, or would you actually try to call? That seems a little more aggressive, for better or for worse. Do I want to try to speed this up? Or again, is that too much and a text is sufficient? Or at what point do I call? If I send a text and then I don't hear from him again, then do I make a phone call? I don't know, man. So I could really appreciate you telling me what you do in the comments. And just in general, it's been kind of bizarre lately. And this is the biggest case, but there's about 10 people I'm in communication with online right now who have been looking to sell books. And I've said, yeah, I'm interested. Like there's this one, someone I haven't bought from just this past week. Said, yeah, they're looking to sell certain books that I'm looking for. I said, great, send me pictures so I can see what condition they're in. He sent me pictures and said he would send the prices that he's looking to get for them later. And this was also on Monday. So Monday's kind of a cursed day or something. So I replied back, great, looking forward to hearing your prices. I'm definitely interested. And it's been crickets since then. And so when do I follow him up and say, hey man, just wanted to follow up, let you know I'm definitely still interested in these books. What are the prices you're looking for? And there's a few that are sellers that are in that category. Do I give them a week before following up? And I think a lot of these that I'm just emailing with, not the person buying the whole collection. I think they're probably, my sense, and I don't know them, but I think they're probably older collectors who are just looking to pass on their collection, and so it's not a high priority to get this deal done or whatever. And so I don't want to just be too aggressive and alienate them and push them away. But at the same time, I do want to buy the books, and I hope they want to sell the books. And I just don't know really what to do. So I'm curious what you would do. Please let me know. And of course, I'll keep you updated if this collection comes in. Hopefully, I'll be able to show it off. It would be super, again, exciting. So having said that, I will show a few books off, and I'll try to do it a little quickly today. Just going to show a few that I've picked up recently. So this is Iron Fist: The Living Weapon, number 1. And this contains the first appearance of a character named Pei, who ends up becoming the Iron Fist at some point. And so I think it's pretty reasonable to expect that at some point Iron Fist comes to the MCU. And the MCU has been looking to be more diverse. So there's a question, well, is Danny Rand going to be in the MCU? Or do they use a female Iron Fist, someone like Pei? And, Iron Fist had a Netflix series, and it was, I think everybody pretty much agreed that it was the worst of the Netflix series. So maybe, Marvel just wants to move on from Danny Rand. I hope not. I hope maybe they have several characters that have the Iron Fist powers, but I like Danny Rand, despite the Netflix show. But this is one you might consider if you think Disney is especially going to keep moving in more diverse direction with their movies. Here I got the New Mutants number 14, and this is when Illyana Rasputin, otherwise known as Magik, joins the New Mutants. And I've seen some conflicting information on this one. Different apps say different things. Some say this is when she becomes Magik, the character Magik, for the first time. I've seen other ones say different issues or when that happens. And so I'm not actually really sure. I need to do more research, but I do know this is considered one of her keys. And I think she has a big future in in just Marvel in general. She's become one of the main X-Men, certainly, and she was a part of the New Mutants movie that was put out by Fox. And I think that she would be a part of the X-Men universe in the MCU. And of course, the X-Men we know are going to come sooner rather than later. And if you're paying attention at all to comics, you know that their keys are ones to be considering to pick up now. And so I have a few others really quickly that are X-Men related keys. And these, all these next ones, you should be able to pick up for $1 or $2. I wouldn't pay much more than that. But they're nice little budget keys. You've got Excalibur, The Sword is Drawn. And this is a one-shot. And this is the first team appearance of Excalibur. And so I think at some point, after the X-Men are introduced, they might start introducing some of the teams that are associated with them. Alpha Flight is one that a lot of people are interested in buying, but this is a much more budget option team that is associated with the X universe. And then Excalibur #1, this is the first in their actual ongoing series. And it also contains the first appearance of a character named Widget, who I'm not specking hard on Widget, but yeah, you never know who will show up if they introduced a team like this to the MCU. And then I'll just go ahead and bring me to my sleepers of the week, also X-Men related titles. We have Wolverine number 37, which contains the first appearance of Albert, which is an android doppelganger. Doppelganger, how do you say that? Doppelganger or doppelganger? I don't know. Of Wolverine. And the first cameo appearance of LCD, who's this android bomb. And number 38, which is LCD's first full appearance. And this is a pretty cool storyline. These androids were built by Donald Pierce, the head of the Reavers, basically to kill Wolverine. But then they were programmed with too much artificial intelligence, and so first of all, LCD doesn't want to blow up to kill him because she doesn't want to die. And then later they start to understand how noble Wolverine is, and so though they were meant to destroy him, they end up becoming his allies. And I didn't really know anything about their characters until last year. They were part of a little mini-series called I, Wolverine. There's a part of like the Arno Stark storyline, with machines and man. It was a really interesting storyline, and I enjoyed that series. So I was glad to be able to pick up these characters' first appearances. I think they're just cool. And there's rumors that eventually there's going to be a Wolverine Disney Plus anthology series. Now, definitely just rumors. But if they have an anthology series, then each show is going to have a different set of characters, just like the What If series did. And so I wouldn't be surprised if they had a storyline with Albert and LCD sometime. And again, I wouldn't pay much more than $1 or $2 for it. But if that happens, then these books go up quite a bit in value. So again, definitely a sleeper. Nothing I'd go crazy on, but I'm glad to have it in my collection just because I like those characters too. And finally, that then brings me to my question of the week. And my question of the week is, what should I do? When should I contact these people? So I won't give you any other questions, but please tell me in the comments what you would do. Should I be on the phone tomorrow? Should I give it another week? Should I just say, I will guess this was a passive-aggressive no, and I've been ghosted, and just give it up? When should I give it up? Like if I text and call this week, do I text and I hear nothing, text and call the next week? How long would you keep trying, especially, again, if it's something you really wanted to buy? So I'd appreciate any comments, any advice. If you've been watching my videos, I appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed, of course, it would be wonderful if you would consider doing that. We're getting closer and closer to 200 subscribers. I think we're at about 175 now, and so getting there. And would love for you to subscribe. Again, if you haven't, of course, comment with what would you do, and like the video, all those things that help grow this channel. All right, thanks guys. I enjoyed making the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I will be making one about a collection I bought sometime in the near future. All right, thanks.